This has got to be one of the most remote basins in the Sierra. That north side of this pass intimidates a lot of people. So I'm really curious to see what that's gonna be looking like.
Last night was, balmy. The warmest night I've ever experienced at 11,000 feet. I don't think it ever got below 50 or 55 degrees. It was really nice. But despite the fact that I've had 2 full days, a great night of shooting, and a warm night, man, I slept like crap. Oh boy. I think somebody replaced my decaffeinated evening tea with caffeinated tea. And by somebody, I mean myself. Got another full day, double pass day in front of me. So it's time to get some fuel in the tank and then pack up camp and start the old bebop.
So there I was, happily minding my own business, packing up the tent, when all of a sudden, out of stage left, entered a dramatic subplot. Seemed to have lost my sunglasses. So, this morning's mission really is to locate those sunnies. Because I still have 3 full days out here and 3 days of sunlight reflecting off of bright white Sierra granite. That's gonna be rough without sunglasses.
Oh, shit. I didn't find them. Sorry, sunglasses. I hope that a bear comes across you and walks around looking really cool.
And in the meantime, I'm using this buff here just to try to keep all the excess sun off my face and out of my eyes. It really does help a surprising amount. The plan for today, see this seemingly impenetrable wall of granite? Apparently, at least the map tells me that in between, around those trees, that ridgeline where those trees are at, around the other backside of that, there's a fairly low pass that drops into the next basin. So that's basin number 1 for the day. We're gonna stroll through there and then go over another pass to basin number 2, where we'll set up camp. At least that's the plan. I could tell from the topo map that the lower part of the basin here was full of serious sheer cliffs, but I never quite made it far enough around last night to see them in person. Now that I'm heading around the north end of the basin and I can see these walls of granite, it is incredibly impressive. These things are ascendant. Check it out. This, oh my God, now this is a lake. Look at this frickin' place. Wow. Places like this just blow me away. On up, we continue to go. And as far as Sierra cross-country passes go, this one's a breeze. In fact, there it is right there. Holy smokes. Views from the pass. Those mountains in the distance are some of the most famous in all of the Sierra. But I'm not going there. I'm pretty sure this little nook is my destination. Now the backside of this pass, unfortunately, is a little bit of a different story. It's just a talus. Talus hop, 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 hoppity hop. And if there's one skill that you should practice, it would be how to move efficiently across talus. Because it can be incredibly painstaking and slow going. But what I like to do as I'm moving through is I try to visualize a line, a topographic line that connects points on each boulder in front of me so that I stay at the same level. I'm not going up boulders and down boulders, but rather just trying to follow that line across on a nice, even trajectory. And right now that trajectory is taking me down this gully around the right side of that lake. What looks like fairly easy cross country, then up to that little passerino. All right, change of plans. No matter how good you are at moving across talus, I find it demoralizing and emotionally, mentally draining to do for a long time. So instead, I looked at the topo map, saw that there's a ridge line with a little bit gentler slope, way more consolidated rock, a lot more fun, easy, enjoyable, and fast to move across. And the views from the ridge are opening up nicely as well. And here I am. This basin, it just feels remote. It's stark. It's impressive. Huge cliffs. Denuded granite landscape. Well, it feels incredibly remote to me. To the animals and plants that live here, this is home. You know, generation upon generation of chipmunk is gonna raise its family right here. And it's gonna know all the little best spots to get the little best seeds and berries and shoots. I love that concept that there are these animals out here, that this place for them is home. This is comfort. This is everything they know and everything they need. I think if you were down about right here, sort of southwest part of these lakes, staring up at this monster, I think it would be lovely indeed. The coolest little tree clump right here. This has got to be one of the most remote basins in the Sierra. 20 miles from the nearest trailhead, about 10,000 feet of vertical gain to get here, at least the way that I came in it was. So yeah, you burn some calories getting out here. Might as well stick around. Why am I not sticking around? Well, I got another basin to get to that I think, based on my research, is going to be even more spectacular than this one. Something interesting about the geology of this area is the south side of these passes are so mellow. This one coming up out of this basin, it's been incredibly straightforward, up these really lovely granite ramps. Now I'm on a high meadow, and the pass is right there, just that low point. That north side of this pass intimidates a lot of people. So I'm really curious to see what that's going to be looking like. A few last steps and I'll be at the pass. And that basin, it is beautiful, though it's not as fine as some I've seen. If that is my vegetable in the hike of today, then this next basin is definitely the main course. Let me show you. I can understand why people don't like this side of the pass. It's steep, it's sandy, it looks super loose. There's no really clear, obvious best path down. I'm sure that earlier in the season, this cornice hanging over is absolutely terrifying, getting onto that steep, sandy stuff. I mean, if you looked up slog in the dictionary, you would see a picture of this. But if you went just a few more entries in the dictionary, you'd see a picture of this. And just like a sloth, there's no better way to get down this than slowly, one hooked claw after another. Through the first little bit, no problem. Now it's time to see how does it pour over right here. Honestly, not too bad. That's the talus. But you can see how it'd be really easy to get into some precarious shit coming down into this basin. But there's a nice little pathway right through here. Down onto the sand, down to the lake. Oh, by the way, look at this freaking basin. Woo! You can call me the world's fastest sloth, because after only about 25 minutes, I'm down here at the lake level. Now I gotta just piece my way around the corner and wander up over there to find some camping. This water is insanely clear and clean. Cool. I've had worse cross-country descents. Coming down from Mount Emerson, that sucks. The Wheeler Crest, it's pure garbage. This actually wasn't too bad. All the same, I'm really glad I don't have to go back out that way tomorrow.
coming to these places that are new to me. It's always such a wonderful feeling of discovery, and that brings all of this excitement and possibility with it. But the flip side of that is for photography, it's really difficult to scout. You know, I'm in this basin for only one night and one morning. There's not really a lot of time to look around to find different compositions for, you know, depending on what the light does. So I find there's always this struggle between the desire to chill and relax and to scout. You know, part of the reason I'm out here is to really just enjoy being in the mountains, just to sit here. I just love photography. I love doing photography so much that I want to maximize my chances of getting the best possible photos, the photos that I'm most satisfied with. So how do you solve this battle? There's not really a clear answer. I think you kind of hedge your bets. You just never really know. There's more lakes up here. Maybe the view is even better from up there, the view of that wall. Or maybe up in this cirque up here, there's this really aesthetic peak. Maybe there's some amazing shot to be had up there. I'm going to put my tent kind of up there in the middle. When I get up there, I'm going to really try hard to chill out. Just chill out a little bit, eh? Well, I'm currently hiding under this tree because it's raining and I'm too lazy to get my rain stuff on. So I'm just going to stay here, chill for a bit. It's pretty nice out. Okay, in this case, the decision really paid off. It's beautiful up here. It's absolutely gorgeous. And it's really not that far from down there. And it's really not far from up there. So I think we're in a really prime position here. Time to find a campsite and then relax. Yeah, relax, right? Yeah, sure. Relax.
Well, this is a pretty nice looking site. Let's see if it passes a test. 100 feet from water? Check. 100 feet from trail? What trail? Killer view? Check. Flat, previously disturbed spot, not on top of vegetation? Check. Easy access to killer photography? Oh yeah! Da 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 da.
The upper part of this basin is pretty special. It doesn't quite have that same grandiose sweep of that huge amphitheater of rock leading up like from the lower lake. What it does have, which I think is really unique and what makes it special,
is these really cool isthmuses between the lakes. Lots of these things. And they're tiny. They're super narrow. Some of them are just a few feet wide, but they all have trees growing out of the top of them. It is just the most charming thing I've seen in the backcountry.
There's something really special about day 3 of a backpacking trip, and you really disconnect, at least for me. Except for that mosquito. I really was connecting with that mosquito very well. I really started to just tune in to the wilderness, and my routines shift completely, my sensibilities shift completely, and I start to think of my life in terms of wake up, eat breakfast, get the tent ready, walk for the day, look at beautiful things, get to the next place, relax. That's the cycle that my life becomes, but it takes me 3 days to get there. If you are going to backpack, you should do at least a 4-night trip. And that's because you can really get to that 3rd day where you are just truly in wilderness, nature mode, completely so pure and so in tune with just being out here in these amazing places. Well, this is just a preposterously beautiful evening. Oh my goodness. Tonight for our dinner, the chef has prepared a chicken pesto mash with caramel M&Ms for dessert. And with that scrumptious meal consumed, it's been a long day. I'm calling it a night. What if we just go all the way back today? This is maybe the most perfect little swimming pond I've ever seen up here. So put in the work. Come check out this badass place.